among the many things I have been unable to do in the past year that I've really wanted to do, videos on this channel, that's a big one. So anyway, today we're going for a nature walk in the parking lot of the Telecom Mall. It's actually right beside the start of a nature trail, which is where we're actually going, but that's where it starts. This trail, from a guidebook of many trails that you can do in and around Victoria, it's kind of funny how it starts. It's like, all right, go to the mall, park. There's a wetland area right beside the mall. Walk along that for a bit, cross a couple streets, duck under the highway, and then you get to walk up a trail along the Colquitz River. So currently we're still on step across the street. I'm also intending this video to serve as a bit of a gear update, because since last we spoke I have upgraded a couple pieces of the old vlog equipment, the phonography collection. Back in the fall I upgraded my phone from what I was using, which was a 10s Max, as I liked to call it, and now I'm up to the 12 Pro Max. Is that where we're at? I'm at the biggest, fattest, most impressive phone you can get, because that's the kind of the way I am. I felt like they were pandering to me specifically a little bit with the color Pacific Blue. It's a very Pacific Northwest color. Reminds me of an autumn day up here, so that's the color of phone I went with, because again, of who I am. The phone is definitely the biggest upgrade. The only other one, which took a long time to actually arrive, was the new Moment case, which I like a lot more than the previous Moment case because it's a lot thinner. It's barely noticeable compared to their previous very big, thick and clunky one. So that's good. That means I can finally use my lenses again, which brings me to an experiment. Because the question I need answering pertains to the wide-angle lens. I'm obviously late to the party, but my phone now has the 0.5 times ultra-wide lens. The 10 didn't have that. It's been in the 11 for a year, but this is my first time now with the ultra-wide lens. And I prefer to use the outward-facing camera for vlogging, as I'm doing now, because it just gets better quality and I'm totally comfortable with holding the camera in a way that lines things up that I know I'm going to be in frame if the shot's wide enough. Whereas before, I would always use this, the Moment wide-angle lens. So I'm curious, which is a better wide-angle experience for me, both recording and in terms of image quality? The on-camera iPhone wide lens or this Moment lens on the iPhone's normal 1 times magnification lens, because this doesn't mount, you can't double wide it, and they should be around the same sort of level of width. So I'm going to do some A/B testing today and we'll see how everything turns out. Whoa, what is this? What is this? Now, in the interest of fairness, I'm going to be recording everything in the native iPhone camera application rather than using the Moment app, which I do very much enjoy because you can shoot in log, or you can shoot in, you know, low contrast, higher dynamic range sort of mode, and you have greater control over things like you can force the phone to use the zoom lens rather than the phone just algorithmically deciding whether to give you the actual telephoto lens or just crop in on the one times shot, but that's not going to be relevant today because we're only either using the ultra wide or the one times lens. So I should also say I love Moment and all of their stuff that they make, filter mounts and everything for phone and all that. This video is not sponsored, but I am a Moment affiliate, and I have a affiliate link in the description if you decide to buy anything from Moment, but this is not sponsored.
I've never seen something like that in my entire life.
Do you think that river crossing was like that originally?
Yeah.
Do you think that was done that way on purpose?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like the architecture reminds me of brutalism. So I think that got put in like the 70s when people had like lower safety standards. And I'm glad it's still here.
It definitely feels like some brutalist architecture just got dumped in the middle of the river and you got asked to cross it. And that's why you should have a bell on your bike. I'll say right off the bat that I'm noticing some aberration at the edges of frame on the Moment lens, and I wonder if that's something to do with this new iPhone's optics, if they just interface a little differently. Or maybe if they were always there. It's not even necessarily a bad thing. Like it's a stylistic thing. Wide-angle lenses do that. This is amazing. I've never been on this trail before. I've never... Startling sounds from the bike on the bridge there. Can't believe I've never been here before. Lived in this town all my life, never been on this particular trail. There's so many blackberries. If it has to be an invasive species, at least it's one that's delicious, but this is ludicrous. Is this Mackenzie? This can't be the highway, right?
Yeah. That's right. It is.
Yes.
It is Mackenzie. All right, I called it. Funny, I think the actual width of shot of the iPhone ultra wide or the iPhone normal wide with the Moment lens is the same. It looks almost exactly the same. We're coming up to another road. We have a plaque.
Colquitz River Park. These nature park improvements, initiated by the municipality of Saanich, were accomplished with funding assistance from the Provincial Capital Commission. And this was project number 79, 1979, 1983. What did I tell you? The 70s and their laissez-faire attitude to safety is my delight here in the 2020s. Thank you, 40-year-old concrete.
If you're wondering, the very tarnished provincial motto here of British Columbia is Splendor Sine Ocasio. which very awkwardly translates to splendor without diminishment, which is to say it's very nice. I wonder how wide this gets. If I hold it at full arm's length, I got long arms. If I hold it at full arm's length, is that like, how wide is this even? Ah, there we go. Let's talk fonts. Boy, is that ever late 70s, eh?
I know, I love it.
It's so good. So this trail meanders considerably as a trail following a river would. And there's a part some distance up called Panama Flats, which is where we're heading because, I don't know, we like a good wetland. I like that there's lots of signage hyping up the Saanich Centennial, which was in 2006, but they never like updated the 1970s signage. I'm really happy about that, honestly, but it's just kind of funny.
Wait, here we are.
Aha! So we would have started down here.
And then we want to go up here.
Right, here's Tillicum. So we started there, went under the highway, we were following this red trail up to here, and then this area, I believe, is Panama Flats.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Even though it's pointing that way.
Panama Flats Park.
Please use caution, recreational trail subject to seasonal flooding. That probably isn't now. That is one wetland. What kind of wetland would you say this is? I mean, is a flats a wetland? Hey, look, an eagle. Boy, this is boggy.
Yeah.
Or is it more of a fen? This is where we're going. Yep. Okay, now this one may be a little bit more difficult. This is just... Oh no. Okay, that one, the vertical one is more stable. Like on the one hand, it's like, yeah, maybe we don't need to cross this. On the other hand, a pair of pensioners just did. Oh, I have played many knockoff Myst games that have a section like this. It's like, okay, do you go that way with the crow, the omen of the crow, this way, that way, choose, you'll have to backtrack through here a lot, but, you know, choose wisely. No, Penelope, don't. No, this is as far as we're going.
Right, we have to go back the way we came anyhow.
Yes, I can see how this would seasonally flood. So what am I learning about the wide-angle lenses today? Well, I won't know exactly how the quality is in terms of like pixel sharpness until I get it back onto a computer. But on the phone anyway, they look pretty similar in terms of quality. The Moment lens has a little bit of, like I said, sort of blurring aberration around the edges of the lens, but I consider that more of a stylistic thing than a qualitative thing. Sometimes wide-angle lenses have that. Maybe that's the sort of look you want. What I am learning is that if they're so close in terms of quality, then I'd rather just use the one that's built into the phone, because then I don't have to have the case on, I don't have to fumble around with the lens, which is like, oh, because I love the Moment lens and all the cool stuff that they do, but for most of my day-to-day, I don't necessarily need it. The anamorphic lens that Moment makes, on the other hand, that thing is not really replaceable. So, I mean, hey, it's good. We've learned. It's got some good testing that we've done today. If you're curious, here is the anamorphic lens and some footage I've shot with it over the course of this walk. Now, it's more than just the lens. Moment also has the filter mount for an ND filter. I have the bloom filter for more of a cinematic filmic look. You know, so if I really want a specific kind of vision for something, then I can use the Moment wide-angle lens and its accessories to sort of get that. But if I'm just run and gun out at like a convention, if I ever do one of those again, you know, then I don't need it. I don't need this bag and the Moment stuff. I just need the handle and my phone, which is great. The bridge above us is for, you know, accessibility, which is good, because this is definitely not accessible to, I would say, maybe not a majority of people, but a lot of people. It is cool though. Capital Region walking trails,
Yes.
Colquitz River Park.
Yes.
How do we rank it?
I'd say this is a solid, like a 10 out of 10 would have everything. I'd say this is a solid 7 for being easy to get to, interesting, being nice. There's a lot of traffic nearby, so you never really get away from the traffic.
Yeah.
But like the platforms across the river, I've never seen anything like that, and those are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice, easy walk too. It's very pretty.
Can I add something about the platforms?
Penelope has feedback.
The platforms are super duper fun. Some are so high I had to climb them. They're fun. You should try.
Can't get more of a definitive review than that. I mean, look at these things. So I learned a lot, which is not true, but I learned a little bit. And that's this park, which was great. Never been there before. Learned about it and its weird brutalist stepping stones. And I learned did a little A/B testing of wide-angle lenses on the new iPhone. So a positive experience in general. Now I want to go get, I don't know, ice cream, chilled coffee or something. One of those. Thanks for watching.